Hello everyone and welcome once again to Brandeo Collection. Today we're taking a look at another Hot Toys figure that just came into our collection, and that is the Green Goblin figure, specifically the upgraded suit version from Spider-Man No Way Home. Right now we're taking a look at the outer box, which has some great artwork there representing the character from the movie, and having different representations of some of the other villains like Doc Ock, Electro, Sandman, and so forth throughout the Spider-Man No Way Home movie. And we also have the representation of the Doctor Strange spells behind the actual art itself as well. Now, taking off that outer box, we take a look at the figure itself in its plastic tray, along with some of the additional art that goes around the box, which has that kind of purpley cracked sky effect from the end of the movie when the different villains from the other universes were starting to come through and Doctor Strange is trying to hold it back. Just a great look there with, of course, the wording once again saying what specific figure is in the box. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take the figure and the accessories out of the box, and we'll go through one by one all of the things that this figure comes with. Before we go into the actual figure itself, I'm going to take a look at the different accessories that he comes with. Now, this figure does not come with a lot of accessories, and there's not really many accessories that I could think of that he could possibly come with based on what version of this character it is and when he had this specific costume in the timeline of the movie. But the biggest thing that it comes with is the Goblin glider. Now, this is of course the No Way Home version of the figure, but it is the same actor, Willem Dafoe, which underneath has a representation of that original Sam Raimi version of the Goblin suit. So of course the glider is that same glider from the original Spider-Man trilogy, or at least Spider-Man 1, the Tobey Maguire movies. So I really love how this looks. It's a hefty, very heavy piece, very greatly designed. The biggest kind of thing with me is that I don't really have a spot to display him like this, because when you add the figure on top of the glider, it adds all this extra height, which right now I don't really have a spot to put him being on the glider, and we'll take a look at that a little bit later in our video how that looks. But other than that, I really love having this glider as an option to really make it stand out, and possibly in the future I'll be able to find a nice spot to display him with the glider. Other than the glider, he of course comes with a couple different hand options. He has options for holding the pumpkin bombs, plus some other kind of dynamic hands available. So really only two additional sets of hands other than the fists that come on the figure straight out of the box. Of course, he comes with the goggles and then the pumpkin bombs. He also comes with different blades that you can attach to his arm there, where it's either the sheath blades, so they're not fully out, or the same blades that you can attach to show that they have come out in full kind of action mode. So depending on how you have it posed and have it set up, you have different options for showing those blades on his left arm. Other than that, he does come with a little adjuster that you can use to adjust the eyes within the head sculpt, because this head sculpt does come with movable eyes that you can remove the back of the head and then move the eyes individually to get different types of looks, which we'll take a look at that a little bit later as well. And of course, he has the actual base that the glider sits on, which has an image of Green Goblin in his upgraded suit, with Green Goblin listed there on the front, along with the name of the movie. So here is the figure itself right out of the box with no fancy poses, nothing done to it other than just taking the protective plastic off of the figure. And first off, I gotta say I'm completely blown away by the head sculpt, taking a look at it right there out of the box. I think this is one of the most expressive Hot Toys head sculpts I have ever seen out of almost over 10 years of collecting Hot Toys and even seeing figures on the internet. And I am very excited to get more into detail of this figure and take a look how he is on different types of poses and with the different options he comes available with him. Just taking a look real quick on how to adjust the eyes on the head sculpt, what you're going to do is actually remove the back piece of his hair, and behind there you're going to see that little kind of section, the alcove in the back of his head, which will have the spots where you can take the little tool that comes with the figure and move the eyes into different positions. Now, of course, since each eye is individually moved, it's going to take a little bit of finagling and kind of moving around in order to get to the right position so it looks natural, but it's going to look so great and once again dynamic once you hit it into the look that you're trying to achieve with that head sculpt. Here we have a extremely simple pose, just adding the pumpkin bomb hand to his right side and also adding the blades to his left arm. This time it's the blades that are in, they're not fully out yet, just giving that option. And also with the head sculpt, taking a look at moving the eyes into a different looking position and just adjusting it slightly to give you just a different type of menacing look. So even though his face is fixated on the exact same position, it's got that same smile and everything, just changing the eye position can really change how dynamic the different looks and the meaning behind the different looks that he is giving just by looking in different directions. So actually taking a look here, we have a couple different eye positions that we did here to show you that by changing the eye position on this figure, it really does change what it looks like. Is it more menacing? Is it more funny? Is it different types of thought processes that you can really look at this figure and the face and see the character, see Willem Dafoe in there and really get that full expression like I was talking about earlier, that a lot of Hot Toys figures are very stoic, but it's very appropriate that out of all the characters, this is the one that they give this type of really super expressive face to really show you how menacing the Green Goblin is. Here you have the Green Goblin up on top of the Goblin glider, as I was mentioning earlier, and wow, I absolutely love how this looks. It's just really unfortunate, at least for me, that I don't currently have a spot that would be good for him to stay on the glider, that he would actually fit on there because of how much height it adds to the figure by putting him on top of the glider. It was a little bit of a pain in order to get the braces where his feet go, to get them open so that I could put his feet onto the pegs, because I always felt like I was going to snap those braces as I was trying to open them. So that's something that I would say keep an eye out for that on this figure, or even the other figure that comes with the glider, the other Goblin suit that's part of this line. It's just be careful of those braces when you're putting the feet on, because they are a little fragile, so I had to be really careful to get them to the right spot I needed them to be. But overall, I love how this looks. I have him with his goggles, with his hood over. The hood does have a wire in the hood itself, so you are able to make it land a little bit better and look more natural depending on what type of pose you put him in. The suit itself does not allow for a lot of dynamic posing. It does hinder a lot of the different joints, both on the arms and the legs, so you can't really get a full squat down with his knees and with his chest based on what you see in the movies, whether it be in the Sam Raimi movies or even in No Way Home. It's kind of tricky to get it with the suit that Hot Toys has designed for the figure. Now, the figure looks fantastic from a visual standpoint even without that, but if for a more accurate type of look, it's going to be very difficult to do that without damaging the suit, or whether you're damaging the suit initially or even damaging the suit over long term by putting too much stress on the material. I'm not going to chance that with my personal copy of this figure, but that's something to keep an eye out for as well when you're trying to do different types of poses, this material being very hindering to the joints of the figure itself. And finally here we have the brand new Green Goblin upgraded suit with the Tom Holland Spider-Man integrated suit from No Way Home, here battling away like they did at the end of that film. The only thing different is, of course, the integrated suit is clean and not as battle damaged as it is by the end of the movie. But I really love how this looks, and I'm happy that I can recreate one of the best kind of end scenes of a Marvel movie now here in my collection. The next figure that we're waiting for is the Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, which is the Tobey Maguire figure. It seems like they're going to be doing an upgraded batch of that figure based on some different errors that came out from the factory on the initial batch of it. So once that does come to the United States and we have it in hand, we're going to have that figure here and represented in our collection and here on our YouTube channel. Thank you so much for going through another Hot Toys figure review with us. If you enjoyed this, please remember to like this video, subscribe to our channel, hit that bell notification to be notified when we post new videos. We have some more exciting content in the very near future, so stick around here at Brandeo Collection. You're not going to want to miss all the exciting things we have to offer. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, keep on collecting.